demonstrated, but so most of it is just work that I have to do on my own. And likewise, I hired, we didn't have an HR department prior to 5 years ago, so we kind of decided with all the laws that were coming in place, and it would be good to do, so we hired a girl from a dye college, so she kind of works for me, but her job has exploded too, so she's sort of on her own for the most part. But I would say it's mostly on my own. So, but
Don, would you explain? The students might appreciate a little bit of a description of your career path through the organization.
Absolutely.
You didn't start where you are now.
No, that's...
You started in ticket sales. How'd you get from there?
That's a very good, very good point. I worked in the ticket office after my internship for 4 years, and they happened to be Super Bowl years, and they were tremendous years. And at the end of the 4 years, I have to admit I was thinking, you know, I didn't even have health insurance back then. I was full-time, but fortunately my wife was teaching. And I remember thinking, this has been a great ride, but I'm not sure. This might be the end of it for me. And I didn't want to stay with the tickets, quite honestly. And as I mentioned before, sometimes when there was an administrative change, you know, good people get swept out. Well, in 1993, Bill Polian, our general manager at the time, was fired. And as much as I love the guy, and I believe he should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame someday for what he did with us and what he did with the Carolina Panthers and the Indianapolis Colts winning Super Bowls and building teams, he was let go. And when that happened, my boss, Jerry Ferran, who you remember, moved up from a ticket director to a VP. And he took me upstairs and he said, I know you have a business background, so I'd like you to handle the payables for the whole organization. And we were a lot smaller back then. But I did that for 7 years. And then again, John Butler was the general manager. He left to go to the San Diego Chargers. And we left. Tom Donahoe came in 2001. And that's when he decided they needed more help in the football area. So I had some experience, but not a lot. But he put me in that area to work with Jim Oberdorf directly. And that's pretty much where I've been ever since. I think I got a title change 3 years ago from business manager to director of football administration. So those are the two main. You have to be lucky sometimes. You have to position yourself, though, to take advantage of a lucky situation. And I hate to use someone's misfortune as someone getting fired or released as a good situation, because, I mean, it was for them. They went to a different place, but it was very good for me. And, you know, had I not prepared, I might have just been in the same place, or I might not be there at all. But that's where that took me. And the gentleman here had a question. Yes?
Did you have anything to do with the signing of T.O.?
Good question. Check, please. No, I was aware of it. What happened was that was a pretty secretive signing. What happened was we were trying to sign. We had failed to sign a few guys that week. We had signed Jeff Handgardner, the center, and Ryan Fitzpatrick, the backup quarterback. But gosh, who's the guy? He went to the Bears. We were trying to sign the kid, the running back, Kevin Jones, and we lost out on him by only $400,000. But it, you know, over 5 years, it didn't seem like it should have been that much for him to not. He said he liked it, and then we lost out on another guy. So we were kind of licking our wounds there, looking for more in free agency. And I think it was a Thursday night when we were there till like 10 o'clock getting ready to do this. We did the contract. It was just ready for him to sign, but we lost him. And Terrell Owens had just gotten released, maybe the day before. So Jim asked me and his secretary, believe it or not, he brought him in and said, what would you think if we signed T.O.? Like, wow. And I said, I don't know. I said, you know, he could be great, but I know we have a very young nucleus of our team that I don't know what the makeup of their psyche is, how fragile they are, and if, things go badly, what does he do? And I said, I hate to give you a non-answer, but I said I could go either way. And so he told me, he said, we're going to bring him in on Saturday. And it was a very basic contract. I mean, you heard it was a lot of money. It was $6.25 million, but it was $4 million base salary, $2 million to sign, and then a $250,000 workout bonus, which he wasn't going to earn anyway because he works out at home. No issues there. But so I knew it was coming, but that was the extent of my involvement with his signing. So, did you have a question? I'm sorry, I thought I saw a hand go up over here. No? Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you going to have anything to do with the signing of Michael Vick?
No. Oh, wow. Man, that's a tough room. Gosh. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, you hear, the media, they can obviously float things. Sometimes there's something to it, sometimes not. I mean, I'll tell you what, and it's like, I hate what he did, and I love animals. That's not even it's no brainer. But I'm trying to think of players I've seen in person play. There's two players that I remember just watching and thinking, I cannot believe what I'm seeing, how good this player is. One was Tony Gonzalez, when we saw him last year in Kansas City. I mean, he's just a guy who can get open. If he's not open, he's still open. He's just such a great athlete. And the other was Vic. When he came a few years ago, I remember some of our fastest guys, our defensive backs were blitzing him, and he was just kind of gliding. And they're but I'll say he's a great player. But again, we're off the record. But I don't want him on my football team. I still believe Trent can be okay. He's very important in the second half of the season. But so.
I
Yeah.
have a serious question.
Okay.
In terms of any students here who might be interested in sports management stuff or professional sports,
Yeah.
In many places it's a guy's world, a man's world. Are there women who work in professional sports and administrative side? Are there some possible futures there for women as well?
Most definitely. Yeah, that's a good question, and I would agree that it would appear in professional sports it's a man's world, but every year, not just with our team, but every year there's it's called a labor seminar. A league has it in Dallas, and it's in December, and it's for contract negotiators and salary cap managers, and usually each team will send 3 or 4 people, and I'm one of them. I'm low guy in the totem pole, so I carry everybody's bags. But every year I'm there, and I look around the room, and there's more and more ladies that are in the room. And when we see, like I said, when we send a contract into the league office, you have to have the author of the contract on the bottom. And more and more I'm seeing the lady's name, a lady from San Francisco, a lady from Oakland, for sure, not just in that area, but yeah, I mean, there's no reason other than, in coaching but there's trainers that are in training camp, young ladies there, media relations department, marketing, lots of them, and they're very significant people in the organization, absolutely. But when I first started, not so much. But it's been a long time, and for sure, the role increases all the time. So, yeah.
You're in contract negotiation now, and you had more of a generalized business.